A big question that I get a lot is, should I be taking whey protein? And if so, when should I be taking it? Also, there are so many different types that I can understand why so many of you are getting lost and confused, and it basically comes down to not having the right information. Well, this video is going to fix that and answer some of the most common questions you guys might have. But before we get started, be sure to turn on video notifications so you never miss a new video upload. So one of the most common questions, we'll call it question 1, is why do you need protein and how much should you be taking? Now, protein is necessary for many processes happening within our body, such as transporting molecules like oxygen, keeping your immune system healthy, and even transmitting messages from cell to cell. So, consuming enough protein is key if you want to stay healthy, let alone reach your fitness goals. Some benefits of whey protein are: it improves muscle protein synthesis, which means it helps muscle growth. It also helps with weight loss by suppressing your appetite and improving insulin sensitivity. And whey protein also helps improve your strength gains. On average, if you're playing sports or trying to maintain your physique, you only need about 1 gram of protein per lean pound of body weight. And your lean body weight is your total weight minus your fat weight. So it's not 1 times what you weigh when you get on the scale. However, if you're trying to build muscle and strength, or even if you're cutting, you should be consuming closer to at least 1.5 grams of protein per pound of lean body weight. So for me, that's about 240 grams of protein a day. And if you need help figuring out how much protein you should be eating, I will link you to my video down in the info section below on how to build your meal plan and calculate those numbers yourself. Number 2, is whey protein the best, or what about casein or egg protein or other types? Guys, not all protein is created equal. We have protein from milk, meat, beans, and rice, for example, and they're not all the same. So how are protein powders different, you might ask? There are 3 main factors that I consider when evaluating protein powder: the quantity of essential amino acids in the protein powder, how absorbable it is by your body, and protein content per serving, meaning how much of the other stuff is things like carbs and fat per serving. First, let's look at the amino acids. Basically, proteins are molecules made of amino acids. There are a total of 20 amino acids, and 9 of which your body absolutely needs to stay alive and cannot produce on its own. The more of those 9 essential amino acids that are present in a protein, the more complete it is. Complete sources of protein are protein from red meat, eggs, milk, fish, hemp, and chia, for example. So as long as you're choosing a protein powder made from one of these protein sources, you're okay. But if you're a vegan, you may need to combine proteins from different incomplete sources to form a complete combination. Second, let's talk about bioavailability, which is how much of the protein your body will be able to absorb. Here's a chart showing you the bioavailability of protein from different sources. And keep in mind that the higher, the better. Think that protein is not stored in the body like carbs and fat. So whatever your body can absorb, it will get rid of, which means you're going to poop it out. So just because you're eating a lot of protein doesn't necessarily mean your body is able to absorb it all, and your money could be going down the drain. Also, notice that whey proteins are the highest while plant proteins are the lowest. So again, if you're vegan, just be smart about which ones you choose and understand that you might need more to reach your daily goal considering the lower absorption rates. Now moving on to purity. Protein powders will not be 100% pure protein. They will contain some carbs, fats, sweeteners, etc. Also, depending on your budget, goal, and restrictions, you might choose a different type of protein. Now, typically, the more pure the powder is, the more expensive it will be, which means it will come down to cost versus benefit for you. So let's talk a bit more about purity. First of all, how is whey protein produced? Well, when we use milk to produce cheese, we end up with cheese, the solid component, and whey, the liquid component. This means that whey is essentially a byproduct of cheese production. Unfortunately, this initial liquid whey has very little protein, so in order to increase its protein content, the liquid is filtered, getting rid of a lot of the fat and carbs. This procedure creates what we know as whey protein concentrate. Sounds familiar, right? So this will be the first type of protein that we'll be talking about. So whey protein concentrate, this is basically untouched and it retains a lot of the immune system benefits. It can be up to 80% protein, which means the rest will be fats and carbs, which mean it will have lactose. This one is also absorbed a bit slower than the other two forms of whey. So whey protein concentrate is a great all-around protein powder and probably the best bang for your buck. Next is whey protein isolate. This one is obtained when we take concentrate and run it through a purification process. What happens is that we end up with an even more pure form of protein called whey isolate, and this one is about 90% protein. Now there are two basic ways to produce isolate. The first one is called cross-flow microfiltration, and it's the best because it doesn't damage the protein at an atomic level, and it still retains all the immune system benefits. The second way is a process called ion exchange, where the protein is exposed to heat and certain acids that alter some proteins that are responsible for the immune system benefits. This type of protein isolate I would avoid, especially since there are better options. Now, regardless of the manufacturing process though, whey protein isolate is very low in lactose, which might be ideal for all of you guys who are lactose intolerant or suffer in general from gas or bloating and stomach pains when you consume protein. It's also a good choice if you're looking to get leaner and really watching your carb intake. Lastly is whey protein hydrolysate. This is the most expensive kind, and to be honest guys, it's definitely not worth investing in. You see, this hydrolyzed form of protein is treated and purified so much that it's no longer protein. It is so broken down that it can almost be thought of as amino acids. Due to this fact, it's absorbed super quick, but it now has no immune system boosting effects and it tastes awful. However, it is extremely high in protein, in some cases more than 99%, and therefore it can be suitable for those of you who are allergic to lactose because lactose is almost non-existent in this form of protein. So to quickly recap guys, whey protein concentrate, up to 80% rich in protein, absorbs relatively slowly, retains all immune system benefits, higher concentrations of lactose, cheapest form of whey, and it has excellent taste. Whey protein isolate, up to 90% rich in protein, absorbs really fast, retains a lot of immune system benefits, lower concentrations of lactose, good value for your money, also tastes very good. And lastly, whey protein hydrolysate, up to 99% rich in protein, it's extremely degraded, but it absorbs really fast, retains no immune system benefits, almost zero lactose, is pretty expensive, and has awful taste. So now that you know what whey protein is and the different types, when should you take it? First of all, a supplement is only to be used to fill in gaps in your diet. Protein or mass gainers or any other supplement for that matter, they're not these magical things that make your muscles grow out of nowhere. Protein powder is food for your muscles, but you still need to do the work in the gym and have a balanced meal plan to maximize results. So to figure out how much protein powder to take, you will first need to determine how much protein you need a day to reach your goals and how much you're getting from consuming regular foods. This means in order to calculate how much protein you need per day, you simply subtract what you're getting from real foods, and whatever's missing, you supplement with protein powder. If you guys need a calculator to help you figure out how many grams of protein you need per day in general to reach your goals, just go to the meal plan section of my site, muscularstrength.com, and use the calculator there. And I'll put a link down in the info section below. As for the best time to take whey protein, this is a question that is asked a lot, and it's fairly simple, guys. It doesn't really matter when you take your protein. Your body won't know the difference. The only thing your body recognizes is how many grams of protein, carbs, and fats you had for the day. So timing your protein intake won't do much for you other than stress you out, which seems to happen a lot. Having said that, your body is more hungry for nutrients first thing in the morning and after intense workouts. So if you have a hard time packing in the calories, those would be the best times to do it. To be honest, guys, you won't see any real differences in results if you smashed a protein shake right after your workout, or if you just went straight home and ate a meal of chicken and rice. Whey protein is just a convenient source of protein and not some magical elixir. If you guys want to know what I use, I personally take BSN's DNA series whey protein during the day, and I use Synthesis isolate at night because of the casein. But casein protein will be another video. One serving of the DNA series whey protein has 130 calories, 24 grams of protein, 5 grams of carbs, and 1 gram of fat. And as you can see, it is very low in carbs and fat, so it helps me stay lean all year round. So to wrap this up, my general advice is this. If money is a concern, go for the whey concentrate. It's a great all-around protein powder and will give you what you need. Also, if you're a skinny guy trying to grow, you're not so worried about carbs and fat, so stick with this one because it's less expensive. If you want to focus on getting lean and are cutting carbs, then isolate is the best option for you. At the end of the day, guys, you're also worried about what kind of protein you should be taking, but your real concern should be, am I getting enough protein daily? Period. So if you haven't already, download my app from my website, muscularstrength.com, and use my custom meal planner because it's not only going to track your macros, but will also track your vitamins and minerals and help you with food suggestions if you're not eating enough. Remember guys, vitamins and minerals are crucial to help with the absorption of protein, carbs, and fat. It's all about filling in the gaps, not using these products as a solution if you have a junk diet. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you would like me to cover casein protein next, be sure to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and as always, more good stuff coming soon. See you guys.